Hello world, today is Monday, January 27th, 2025. It's 12:02 p.m., noon. This is another vlog. This is a 10-minute public journal talk about what is top of mind. A exploration of the slice of life of this person. So I just did like 50 push-ups, and I've been doing like Pomodoro work sessions. Pomodoro is when you work for a set of time and then you take a break. So I do 25 minutes and then 5 minutes break, and then I try to do then I track them on a spreadsheet how many I do per day. So this 10-minute session will be about what's been really top of mind is like how creating a business and entrepreneurship is really about bringing value to the market. And this is really like, this is what this is about. And I've been on this journey thinking like, okay, I learned how to code, but I really want to be building my own apps and software and businesses. And this is a very big, obvious realization that you have to actually realize, and you have to have this intention. When we are guided with an intention, we are like breathing life into something. We are creating something. So you really have to have the intention. It doesn't just happen by accident. Your intention is critical. It is primary. It is the most important thing. And then the energy you put into it. And it's going to be difficult because you're going to have a lot of resistance against this kind of thing. So you really have to be concentrated. You have to be focused. You have to be driven. You have to have a lot of drive to make that intention happen. So if you're if you want to create a business and an app, you want to create a startup, you have to really hone in on a vision of how you're bringing value to the market. And so one of the most amazing examples of a person doing this is Steve Jobs, and his like clarity, really about his clarity and his self-awareness and this awareness about how he is creating this value. He's bringing this value to the marketplace by creating a computer that's well designed. I mean, it's not a complicated thing, but it's like basically in the 70s, late 80s, in the mid 70s, technology suddenly made it possible for a computer to exist on a desktop. The personal computer revolution. Suddenly you could fit it on a desktop. Before it was be a whole room in only affordable by giant corporations or universities. And they would cost as much as a house and be the size of a house. And now we have this new opportunity. And so the realization is that somebody actually has to go in there and like organize it. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to just like put all these things together. I mean, yes, the first one's like Steve Wozniak. I mean, it just takes a lot of like time, but really the primary elements of a computer, they are simple gates or these are simple arithmetic logic, add, subtract. Out of these building blocks, these giant machines are made of electrons. Move this bit of information to this address and then move it here, subtract it from this, add it to this. Those are the foundations of computing. And then it's like the whole work, the value that they brought into the marketplace is organize it in such a way that it is beautiful, and it is easy to use, and it is designed well for the human to use it, and have this clarity about what you're doing, be able to organize the people around you to build this thing, and like organize and like motivate and like remind them this is what we're doing. So this is like essentially what Steve Jobs and Apple did. And so all of these things are just incredibly simple, and it requires presence of mind and peace in order to understand this, and in order to like not forget. And then you have to bring the people that are interested in doing this together, that are also aware to this kind of reality, and then like organize yourself around this, and then organize all your energies behind this vision, the singular vision of, okay, the singular vision is like, okay, humanity now has a computer that can fit on everybody's desk. What are we going to do with it next? Well, okay, let's build some software for it. We can build some games. In the early 80s, the Apple II created a whole industry of computer games, like all of the, for example, what's the name of, so I'm just thinking of like the names of this computer game that was huge. So early 80s was an explosion of these hackers. Like Stephen Levy wrote a great book about this, covering this, and yeah, people were just like able to become really rich by building games, and that's how like the early gaming industry really started. And what I am trying to say next is, so that's the point, is that like humanity was just put in this situation. Everybody can have a computer on their desk, and now how are we going to use it? So that's like the question that was asked. And you don't have to be a super genius PhD in order to like hear that calling to be like, hey, let's organize it in such a way that it is useful for scientists, for artists, for regular everyday people, for professionals, and so that we can empower ourselves, the bicycle for the mind, so that we can produce more work with the same amount of energy put in. That's basically like that's what happened with Steve Jobs and Apple, and they were there in the right place in the right time, and they were the ones that were able to be like, well, there's no better use of my time than just try to make the best computer that I can, and I'm in such a position where I can do that. So right now, it's like humanity is in a similar position with like LLMs, large language models, is when you are able to type in a question and you have an AI text generator that will answer your question like a human. And right now it's essentially effectively superhuman, and within like a couple months, like 6 to 12 months, it will be like superhuman. So now the question is like, humanity, what do you do now? And so like there's people out there like, okay, let's try to make these LLMs into applications that are as useful and as intuitive and as beautiful and easy to use as we possibly can, in order to get them into the most amount of hands, and so that we can just create more progress, better ourselves, evolve ourselves. So right now it's like taking a whole nother level of evolution of human evolution, evolving to like the next level of consciousness. So now that's like brings me to like what I'm doing, building this app, and really my mission is like build AI characters, clones from like historical characters that you can talk to, and have like experts, so everybody on their phone has access to these experts. So now I'm writing the application. I'm using AI to help me write the code to make it as easy to use and as intuitive and as bug free and as of a good experience as possible. So that's the problem I'm solving. That's what I'm working on today, and using the Pomodoro technique. And that's 11 minutes. I'll end it here, sending peace and love to the world, and take 6 breaths. And like the heart and the mind working together, they generate this force field. And so this brain and heart coherence is can be very powerful. And that's also something, so imagine yourself sending out love and peace and good frequencies. So I'm sending out love and peace to every one of you listening and watching here, and to all the people around me, and to the city and in this country, and sending thanks to this country and this city and the people here, and sending thanks to everybody out there for listening and for being there. All right, peace.